Holy moly, you guys, people are getting shut down in the credit card game, and this is definitely something that we do not want to see. It's probably every credit card guy's worst nightmare just to wake up to a couple emails saying all your accounts have been shut down. This is something I wish never happens to even my worst enemies out there, and in this video, I'm going to teach you guys exactly what you need to know to avoid any type of account shutdowns with your credit card. Now, I apologize that I have not been able to post any type of new videos in the past few weeks. I've actually been on the West Coast for the first time in a really long time. I was in Vegas at the Bellagio, all paid by points, a little bit of cash, some huge discounts out there, and I was also in LA for a couple days as well. But as soon as I got back home to the East Coast, where it's like 30 degrees right now, I just got hit with a pretty bad cold. And every year I usually get sick like once or twice, but this time I really just wanted to let it all out of my system because I know that at some point I'm gonna get sick again, so why not just let it take its course. So the past week I've actually been sick. I haven't been able to do much work, but on the low key, I've been formulating and brainstorming a lot of great content for you guys. So stay tuned for some amazing vlogs and stay tuned for some banger videos coming up. So thank you guys so much for returning back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for the patience, and I really do appreciate every single one of you guys tuning by. But let's get straight into the video, you guys, and let's tackle some of our discussion points. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is why people are getting shut down, exactly how this whole shutdown process works, why it's happening, how it's selecting people, and then I'm also going to share with you guys some solutions on how to avoid this towards the end of the video. So make sure you guys stick to the whole thing. Now, I think to start out, this isn't something that's just happened this one time. This has actually happened a couple times in the past too. And American Express, Chase, I would say the two leaders in the credit card industry right now, are just known to do this from time to time. So it's not something surprising, but what is surprising is the fact that this has actually happened to some people that I don't believe it should have happened to. So if you guys go on Reddit or any type of forums like the MyFICO forum, you'll actually be able to check out other data points of users getting shut down that necessarily didn't do anything too crazy. Now, there's really a fine line when it comes to doing something bad in terms of the credit card issuer standards. Now, here's my belief on how this whole process works. Now, hear me out on this, you guys. So back in the day, I actually used to run a lot of ads on the Facebook ads platform, and this was a couple years ago, back a few years ago when Facebook ad specialists weren't really prominent on this app. Nowadays, anyone can really get a Facebook ad specialist, but back in the day, you'd actually have to spend a good amount of money to get a Facebook ad specialist. I was one of those few lucky enough to get it, and if you think about larger brands like Nike, Adidas, I don't know, like Dick's Sporting Goods, those are type of brands that would get Facebook ad specialists, and here's a couple things that they told me. So Facebook actually does something very similar. If you're someone who likes to advertise on Facebook, but if you have a high risk profile and you do things that actually upsets their users or people that are on Facebook, they're going to actually shut you down, they're going to ban you, and they're actually going to deactivate your ad account. Now, I see this similar thing happening in the credit card industry, and I see this all in an algorithmic standpoint. Algorithmic. Is that a word? Someone tell me that's a word. Now, the Facebook ads algorithm actually is able to see every type of advertiser's account, and that advertiser's account actually has a certain risk level. I believe the algorithm, if someone comes in and pushes one button or inputs one thing, they can actually target people that are at a certain risk level and actually deactivate or ban them if they want. So Facebook ads actually just did this too. Not, I would say, within the past few weeks, but a couple months ago, they actually just banned everyone, a lot of people, and I'm still in these Facebook groups, and I have a lot of friends that do spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, so I do get hip to this news every once in a while. I think a lot of companies do this for a couple reasons. They really want to have their foot on the ground. I think they want to make sure that advertisers, consumers, users, they want us to know who's really in charge. We're playing their game. You know, if you guys think about going to a casino, if you're playing blackjack, if you're counting the cards, if you're gaming the system and you're being obvious about it, they're not going to let you play the game anymore. They're going to kick you out. The pit boss is going to drag you out of there and make sure you're not going to have any chances of going to their casinos or any of their family casinos either. Now, when Facebook does this, it's a real pain in the butt, especially if you're using Facebook ads to grow your business or you're doing it full time. And I actually had my Facebook ad account banned in the past before too. And I realized for me, it was banned because the users weren't getting the best experience out there. Now, in most recent cases, I think a lot of these companies can have a certain certain tolerance level, but I believe during some times of the year, maybe right before Q4 when people start spending a lot of money, they really don't want to jeopardize people on their platform or really jeopardize the risk that the company can have on themselves. So really, you can go in and you can manually say, hey, if anyone has a 30% risk level, let's just ban them. Let's just ban them. Let's just be strict about it this year and put our foot down. And I believe that's something that's happened within American Express. Now, you guys need to realize these are big companies that we're talking about, and they might have the same person who's a chair member for maybe Facebook, American Express, Chase, and maybe they all talk. And right before this time of year, you guys need to understand Q4, a lot of people tend to spend a lot of money, and a lot of people actually tend to use their points because you're traveling, you're going for holidays. And I think if American Express and Chase or any other credit card issuer out there were to shut accounts down, it would be right now, which would be really the best time for them. Now, I think it's normal for any company, any huge platform out there to do this every once in a while. They literally made a movie about the purge too, and some people have an idea that if you actually purge out the bad ones every once in a while, you're really going to have a more bright future for the rest of the population. And that's up for debate. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys think a purge is actually good for the benefit of the future for a company? Regardless of the opinions out there though, I do believe that this does help platforms every once in a while. Otherwise, companies really wouldn't be doing this. I'm pretty sure there will be data to prove that this works. It's just one of those things where as a consumer, we're not really going to be we're not going to be too fond of it until it actually happens to us. Then people start getting upset. Now, when it comes to American Express, you can actually do a lot of things that can upset that company and that can increase that risk level. I found a really good list right here that I'm going to put on the screen. Now, just going through this list fairly quickly, a couple of things that you guys need to know is multiple self-referrals. You really don't want to self-refer yourself. And a lot of people actually think that the self-referrals that have been going on was really the trigger point for people getting shut down this past shutdown that happened. Now, other things include heavy manufacturer spending, which a lot of us already know it's something you should not do. They state it a lot in their terms and conditions. It's called gaming the system. On top of that, applying for a sign-up bonus that wasn't meant for you. This is actually related to the recent Chase pre-approved offers. A lot of people should not get those sign-up bonus offers, but they are actually getting it because of a glitch in the system. But one might see it as a glitch in the system, and another might actually see it as a bait and trap from this company. So one thing that I recommend to my audience is, guys, before you see a glitch in the system or a deal that you think is too good to be true, really consider how much it's worth it to you, because at the end of the day, it could be a trick to find people like us who are really taking advantage of the credit cards and being able to profit off of them and then just pulling us out of their game. Now, a couple other things on this list is multiple payover times, credit cycling, late payments, exceeding credit limits, constant churning. There's a lot of things that go on in here that you guys really shouldn't do, and this is really considered actions that I would stay away from. Now, with that being said, you guys, let's go straight into how you guys can avoid this. And simply put, you just don't do the things mentioned on that list, or you really try to use your credit cards responsibly. You want to show these credit card issuers, hey, I'm not at risk here. I'm not trying to game you guys. I'm not trying to take advantage of you guys. I'm just using my credit cards the way they're supposed to be, and I'm taking the benefit off of them. I know it's a really gray line, and even just saying it, it just makes me think, like, what is that line? But at the end of the day, you guys, these credit card issuers are the ones that are controlling the spot at this table, and we're just players at the game. To me personally, it's not worth MSing to get yourself a couple extra points and risking a shutdown on your account. And I know a lot of people are able to see this perspective too, but there really is a small minority of people out there that think otherwise. They think MSing is really the way to go, that it's going to be profitable at the end of the day. And you guys do need to realize these credit card issuers have a lot of data on us. They are able to track exactly how long we're on the website, who we talk to, our attitude with the reps, and just a lot more things that can increase that risk level, where one day if they're like, hey, let's just put the foot down, do another purge, and just get rid of a lot of people. I really recommend you guys to just really following the rules as much as possible. And at times, some people might break the rules by accident. I know for me personally, I even get a little hesitant to actually Venmo people using that credit card card because I know how it could look because of people who are heavily manufactured spending. But guys, there's really no secret hack. There's nothing crazy to this. It's literally just following the rules, understanding the rules, and just abiding by the rules. Yes, you can still play the game, and yes, we are still coming out on top in the credit card game, but what I see in a couple years is actually them tightening down more on the rules, either devaluing the points or being very, very strict about the way that we can use credit cards. That's just my opinion. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on that too, if you guys can see that change happen. Just because based on what we've been seeing in terms of the activity and just what these credit card issuers can do in terms of how easy they can just snap their finger and just take people out of the game, you know, I'm not seeing a huge surprise where they actually take advantage of that in the future as well too. Now, the most recent amount of shutdowns came from self-referring, you guys, and you really don't have to self-refer yourself. You can actually get a player 1 or a player 2, someone else you know who's in the credit card game, and have them use your link and Venmo them or whatnot. Or you guys could always check out the links down below of your favorite YouTube credit card guys and use those links when you guys are applying for a credit card, because that does really support the channel as well too. But guys, I really do hope this video did help you guys out, and if it did, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. I actually have a couple more videos coming up for you guys. I have some vlogs, which is going to be kind of new to the channel too, but I do have some great video ideas coming up. I want to share with you guys exactly status matching. That's just something I took advantage of in Las Vegas. I got some clips of that too. But now that I have the business platinum and the personal platinum, I think I can make some creative videos out here too. So guys, if you are new to the channel, welcome you guys. I am Brian, just talking about credit cards. You know how it be. And everyone who's just been supporting me, sending me emails and DMs just on the content that I've been making and just supporting this channel, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all of it. And like I said, if you guys want to support the channel, links down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.